The council chamber of the Thryn Dominion buzzed with hushed whispers as the Galactic Tribunal reviewed their latest conquest. Their fleet had crushed entire civilizations, and now, they had captured an elusive prey, humans. The war had been swift, or so they believed. Prisoners were paraded before the tribunal, their strange expressions making the alien spectators uneasy. Commander Vralzais of the Thryn studied one particular human, a soldier clad in torn battle armor, his face smeared with blood and dust. Unlike the others who displayed expressions of fear or anger, this human did something unexpected. He grinned. "Why does it bare its teeth?" a Thryn noble asked, his ridged brows furrowing in confusion. The translator implants failed to capture the nuance of the expression. A sign of surrender, another theorized. Perhaps a gesture of submission. Commander Vralzais stepped forward, observing the human closely. "Speak, creature. Do you understand your position? You are defeated." The human soldier tilted his head, his grin widening. "Am I?" Something in his voice made the chamber go silent. Then, an alarm blared. The heavy doors trembled as explosions rocked the tribunal hall. Vralzais spun to his officers, demanding answers, but the answer came in the form of a transmission from his flagship. "Sir, we are under attack. The human fleet, it's everywhere. They're boarding our ships. They're inside the station." A chill crawled down Vralzais's spine. They had underestimated humanity. Their spies had reported that humans were unpredictable, irrational, but nothing prepared them for the sheer brutality of their response. The human soldier took a step forward, his smile never fading. "You thought we'd surrender just because we lost a battle? Nah, we smile before we fight back." The doors burst open, and armored human soldiers poured in like a flood, weapons raised, their faces twisted into the same unnerving grins. They fought with a ferocity unlike anything the Thryn had ever seen. Blood and plasma filled the air as the battle turned into a massacre. Commander Vralzais fought desperately, but everywhere he turned, he saw those human smiles, flashing through the chaos, through the carnage. They weren't prey. They weren't conquered. They were the storm that followed defeat. Vralzais stumbled back, his claws gripping the ceremonial blade at his side. His mind screamed for retreat, but he knew there was no escape. The humans moved with a precision that spoke of deep coordination, each action calculated, each movement designed to spread terror. They didn't just fight, they dismantled the enemy's will to resist. The human soldier who had first smiled at him approached through the bodies, his armor splattered with Thryn blood. He knelt beside the fallen commander, studying him like a predator sizing up a wounded animal. "You don't understand war like we do," the human said. "You see battles as conquest. We see them as lessons. And you just taught us something valuable." Vralzais gasped for breath, his vision swimming as pain from his wounds dulled his senses. What lesson?" The human leaned in closer, his grin turning almost amused. "That you still think we fight to win battles. We don't. We fight to make sure there's no next war." With a swift motion, the human's knife cut through Vralzais's throat, silencing him forever. As his body collapsed, the human soldiers raised their weapons, storming deeper into the heart of the station, ensuring that no Thryn would ever dare challenge humanity again. The last thing the Thryn Dominion ever learned was what it meant to see human teeth before the storm. Hours later, the remnants of the Thryn fleet attempted to flee, their ships retreating into deep space, but there was no mercy left to be given. Human warships, sleek and merciless, hunted them down with relentless efficiency. One by one, the escape vessels disappeared into fiery oblivion. The Dominion had ruled for centuries, believing themselves invincible, but in a single night, they had been reduced to whispers of a fading legend. On the bridge of the lead human flagship, Admiral Rowe watched the final moments of the battle unfold. Reports poured in from across the sector, no survivors, no loose ends. The Thryn Dominion was no more. She turned to her crew, all wearing the same satisfied smirks. "We warned them," she said, voice calm. "They saw us smile. They should have known what was coming." With a nod, she gave the final order. The last of the Thrwn strongholds were erased from the star charts, leaving nothing behind but the silent echoes of those who had dared challenge humanity and paid the ultimate price. The galaxy, once filled with empires that had mocked the idea of human dominance, now trembled at the mere sight of their grin.